Thank you once again for joining me this evening. If it's evening for you, if it's morning, if it's afternoon, good morning, and welcome to today. My name is Winnie Kamuya. I'm the CEO of International Renaissance Center based in Nairobi, Kenya. And I want to welcome all of us as we are joining. So if I get diverted, I'm just admitting people. But welcome to today's session, and thank you so much to my team who are with me, helping us to make this day a great success. So feel welcome. Feel welcome to this event. If you don't have your full name, please make sure you have your full name so that we can be able to address you by your names, because you might assume you are the only person with that name and maybe somebody else has got the same name. We want to thank Almighty God for giving us this opportunity to be here today so that we can be able to share as much as possible. So we have this opportunity to gather various experts, to listen, to learn, and we are going to be really appreciative as we are going to be learning a lot of things tonight. So good evening, if it's evening, good morning, if it's morning, and good afternoon to you. A warm welcome to each of you, each of us, for joining us today from across Kenya and beyond. Like I said before, my name is Winnie Kamuya. I'm the CEO of International Renaissance Center based in Nairobi, Kenya, and I'm delighted to be the host, moderate this important conversation that happens every end of October, because we know that in the world right now, we are dealing with technology, and as technology is taking its changing us in the world, we need to be aware the challenges, the opportunities that are there. And I'm happy to be part of this conversation because I think as a leader, one of the things is that I used to think that cybersecurity issue is a technical issue, doesn't concern me as a CEO, and it's best left for the IT experts. But I've come to realize one thing: it is part of leadership. As a leadership development coach, you come to terms with technology where it meets with your clients. So we are all at that space where we have to acknowledge that technology will touch on us one way or another. And now I know it's a leadership issue, one that defines credibility in the digital age. I think we've seen so many things happening around the world that has taught us as leaders that this is not an IT per se issue. It's an issue that concerns all of us. Because every time we protect data, every time, we are not just safeguarding the systems, we are serving people, our clients, our partners, whoever we work with, we are protecting them. So we can't keep away. We can't also say that this is an IT problem. It concerns us, all of us. And trust, once lost, because if we lose our clients because of trust, it's harder to recover than any password. You can recover the password, but you can't recover a client who's lost trust with you. So this season is more than a discussion about technology. It's a call to think differently. As artificial intelligence shapes how we work, connect, and communicate, cybersecurity becomes not just a shield, but a strategic advantage. And I'm speaking from a leader's point of view, right? So that we understand that our goal today is to explore where is the synergy between AI and cybersecurity. How does innovation affect these two? And how can we now embrace this and work with this without feeling that this is for the technical people, this is for the finance people? It's affecting all of us in the workplace, everywhere in our life. It's going to affect us for the next, who knows, years, for the rest of our lives. So our goal tonight is to make sure that we explore what is the synergy between AI and cybersecurity, and how innovation can enhance protection, and how protection can also sustain innovation, because we can't sustain innovation if we are not secure. If we are feeling insecure, then we'll not be able to enhance that. So, and that is why I believe that today's conversation on cyber security and artificial intelligence, unlocking the power of AI while safeguarding your digital realm, bringing together the experts that we have today. We are going to be learning. I am going to be learning. As I'm moderating, I'm also going to be in class, because I want to understand from the point of these two things that are coming into our lives that are going to affect us. We are going to have these experts help us unpack what's changing, what's possible, what's at stake. All of us, we are affected one way or another. So I want to encourage you to be curious, to be ready to ask questions, to share reflections, and also to think about these insights and how they apply in your own life. Remember, I just had, I think a few days ago, from one of a speaker that I'd invited to speak somewhere. They say that we have less than 5 years to get to the point where we need to be, like by 2030. So we have less than 5 years. We are already done with 2025. So we have less than 5 years. Are we ready? Are we ready for what is ahead of us? Or are we going to keep on giving ourselves excuses that we will have time? We will have time. And especially for us who are in Africa, we always think there's the entire time. And I believe that today's experts will lead us to a place where we will feel that we know and we can step in confidence. And I want to believe we are all here so that we can get that part of confidence from people who know what they are talking about, who have done it, who can show us the way, so that when we step out, when we go out, when we interact, we actually are confident. And because of that, I would like, first of all, to invite one of my colleagues who has made this entire thing possible. So I will invite Mr. Simon Mutisia to introduce himself. I'll not do the introduction, and then he can be able to proceed from there. Mr. Simon, welcome.
Thank you so much, Winnie, CEO of IRC. I don't know if, are you reading me first before I proceed? I'm loud and clear.
You're loud and clear.
Yeah,
you're loud and clear.
You know, sometimes this technology might fail us without us knowing, and I'm very glad, and thank you, everyone. Thank you, team, for managing to be in today's webinar, and greetings from Nairobi, Kenya. And also good evening, good morning. I know others are probably waking up at this time. And thanks for being able to get time to be with us today. It's a great day. It's the last day of the month, and also it's this month. We all know that it's a month for cybersecurity, which is our core business, and that's why we said that we close this month in style. For those who don't know about me, and those who don't know me, my name is Simon Mutisia. Simon Mutisia is an ex-National Police Service officer. I've been in the GSU. I left the GSU in the 90s, and I've been in the security industry for the last over 35 years. And I'm also the chairman of the Cybersecurity Group of Kenya, which is a global group. And I've been in the security industry for all this time. So you can imagine the network that we have over 35 years, the experience in corporate forensic and fraud investigations, security risk management, artificial intelligence, data protection, all this stuff where security is concerned. It all originated from physical security, which has now developed in other major security aspects. And we've been in this for all this period, and we managed to get very good networks. And I'm so happy that we have brought this members, we brought this network together so that we can be able to benefit and also to learn. Today is going to be a very great day because we've got members from the global sphere. And I believe that that is going to add a lot of advantage. I'm glad as we speak now, we are at 40 in the number of participants. And those who are registered, we're talking about 180. And I believe that by the time we finish this, we might be talking about 200 and so. I want to mention something which I noticed because I'm able to have visibility of the people who have registered. Some people have written their names, single names. Dennis, there's Dominic, there's Ambrose. Others are writing A.O. Wolo. You know, remember, we are going to give certification after this. And we want your name to appear in full. So as from today, and because I know we're going to have another session probably next week, please ensure in future that you write your full names as you would like them to appear in your certificate of participation. Our data is very secure. We've got guys who are working in the background to ensure that the data that you've provided is well protected. So you should not be worried about that. I've seen also we are well represented globally. I've seen people from Uganda, Tanzania, UK, US, Australia. They are participating in today's webinar. Thank you very much for creating that time. And also we've got several international organizations. I've seen Miangeni International School, International Police Organization, International Police Association. So I can say that we are fully represented, and I'm very glad, and I hope we shall do this more and more. I am assuring you that we're going to have another session like this, probably next week, and I hope that we're going to have enough participants like we have at the moment. So I don't want to take a lot of time, and I want to hand over the session back to Winnie so that Winnie, you can continue. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Simon, for that introduction, and welcome to the members who have just joined. Welcome to today's session. I'll begin by introducing some of our guests, our speakers, and I think, Simon, you can be confirming before I call the speakers who is not there. Okay, to start with, I think we have to recognize and appreciate the person behind this event as well, our partner, Ambassador Anwar. And I'll just do a small intro about him. And I want to appreciate Anwar for making this possible. And thank you so much for also inviting our guests from around the world. Ambassador Anwar is a renowned cybercrime analyst and a certified ethical hacker. As Africa coordinator at International Police Organization, he works closely with law enforcement agencies to combat cybercrime. Anwar is also a global cybersecurity ambassador at National Community Policing Association, and he provides external cybersecurity consultancy services to local and international police agencies and authorities. His expertise is in cybersecurity and law enforcement. This has made him a respected figure in the field. Thank you so much, Ambassador Anwar. I think we appreciate your participation and your presence today, and thank you for also inviting our guests. Anwar will not be speaking, but we appreciate him. I now move to our next guest, and our guests It's not local, it's international. Mr. Stanvik, I hope I will pronounce it properly, because this is, I think, a Russian name. Stanislav. Is that the correct pronunciation?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, no problem.
Okay. Dimov. Say the second name.
Dimov. Yeah.
Dimov. Okay.
Dimov, yeah.
Dimov is a specialist in social work, humanitarian action, and civil protection with extensive experience in organizing and coordinating initiatives aimed at supporting vulnerable groups and strengthening community resilience in times of crisis. Is it my mic that has the echo?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is the founder and manager of Global Dimov Group Limited, an international company operating in the fields of consulting, technology, education, trade, and investment, as well as projects related to green energy and sustainable development.
Yes.
Yeah. He is actively involved in humanitarian and training programs focused on civil protection, disaster risk management, and social support, both at national and international levels. I would like to invite you to introduce and give us a small presentation on artificial intelligence.
Hello, my name is Stanislav Dimov. Like you say a lot about me. I can only put in that info. I'm president of International Police Cooperation Agency, and we're working now with Mr. Anwar together. And maybe next week I'll be in Kenya. So first of all, I want to say good evening to all cyber team here and also to our guest. What I can say for AI cyber is definition of AI. Artificial intelligence refers to the development of computer system that can be perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as learning, problem solving, reasoning, perceptions, natural language, and application of AI, cybersecurity. Also, threat of detection and response. AI-powered system can analyze vast amounts of data to identify potential threats of respond to them in real time. Predictive analytics. AI can analyze historical data to predict potential threats and enable proactive measures. About incident response, AI-powered system can automate incident response process, reducing the downtime and losses. Also, management AI can help identify and prioritize the vulnerable organization to focus the most critical issue. Security information and event management, AI-powered like CM system can analyze security events, look to identify potential threats, phishing detection. Powered system can analyze emails and detecting phishing items, malware detection. System can detect to respond to malware threats. So benefits of the AI in the cybersecurity is improved detection and response times, security postures, increased efficiency and reduced cost, improved incidents, response and remediations, better protection against advanced threats, definition of AI and application in cybersecurity, evolution of AI in cybersecurity, webinars, objective in agenda, and benefits of AI powered by cybersecurity solutions, improved threats detection and response, like enhanced incident response and remediation, increased efficiency and reduced cost, improved security, posture and compliance, statistic say the growing demand of AI-powered cybersecurity solution, also impact of AI on cybersecurity market. Inside the detection and response, we can see the AI-powered system can detect threats in real time. Machine learning algorithm can identify patterns and anomalies. Predictive analytics can be anticipate potential threats like benefits of AI-powered threats detection and response, challenge and limitation of AI-powered threat detections. Best practice for implementing AI is the threat detection and response. And last but not like that is machine learning for cybersecurity. Insight is machine learning algorithm can analyze vast, almost amounts of data, supervised and learning techniques can be used. Deep learning techniques can be used for complex threat detection, and type of machine learning algorithms can be used in cybersecurity. Importance of data, quality of and labeling for machine learning models, challenge of limitation, and machine learning in cybersecurity. That can I say about AI, and thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, and thank you for that brief. I think today is a day of learning. Today we have to have our heads together to get to know more about AI and cybersecurity. It concerns us all. We cannot say that this is for specific people. I want to welcome our next speaker, and we shall have time for questions and answers. So for now, let's proceed with our next speaker, who is Crystal Nkatha. She is an AI enthusiastic, AI augmented professional developer, founder AI and UKE, that is Kenya Training Initiative. She is a visionary, administrative and operations specialist, focused on interaction of strategic aviation management, next generation leadership, and AI-driven digital transformation. She is passionate about leveraging technology to drive efficiency and is a dedicated advocate for youth empowerment within the aerospace industry. Crystal's commitment to leadership and youth development is evidenced by her significant roles. Her professional toolkit is further enhanced by her technical certifications in AI augmented development. Crystal combines this digital advocacy with full-time executive administrative support, expertise, positioning her as a dynamic professional prepared to lead and innovate in the evolving global aviation industry. I think, having read that, it is interesting that we are going to be learning from people that we should be saying we can't learn from. And I want to invite Crystal to challenge us, to inspire us, and to take us forward in the area of AI. Thank you. Crystal, you're most welcome to speak.
All right. Thank you so much, Madam Winnie. Thank you so much to our audience here today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, wherever you are. Thank you for joining in. Thank you so much to the International Renaissance Center for this opportunity, for this webinar. This is an educative and insightful platform for us to be able to engage with cybersecurity and AI. And this is the discussions that we will be having from the new digital age, which is rising above, and we will meet this technology, we will meet cybersecurity crimes. Even in our workplaces, whatever industry we will be in, we will definitely be engaging with cybersecurity and artificial intelligence. Thank you for the warm introduction. I will not proceed to introduce myself again, but I will start off with a presentation. So just allow me to share my
We can see your screen. You can go ahead.
All right, I believe it's clear enough. So we'll be discussing a little bit just to add on what Mr. Stanislav had. So we'll just be discussing more on the digital age of AI. And I know there's a lot of question on actually what is AI. And if you were to be asked really, how do you perceive or how do you look at AI? I know many people will think of the chatbot or the robot, and that will basically limit of this technology that we have. So number one, AI, think of it like a tool. Think of it as a super smart student that's built from code and that learns its patterns from data. Ideally, AI is like a set of data that it's like a storage of data. So whatever you ask or whatever you require from it, it goes to the store and compiles all this information to give you something structured and suitable to your request and meet your needs. Therefore, it's not magic. It's just a lot of mathematics. It's a lot of logic in action. And what we interact with and call AI are called large language models, LLMs. And that's ChatGPT, Gemini, just to mention. They are a one type of AI, and they actually are the language, they're the speakers of AI. They're the ones that give us the wordings. So there are many other models out there. There's speech recognition. I know you have interacted with transcription. There's video and image creation. All those are different models. But the one that is commonly and generally known to all of us is ideally the LLMs. And AI is not taking over the world tomorrow. This is a fear that I've had, mostly amongst young people and mostly amongst people who are in spaces where they feel automation will come in and take over. But it's just designed to assist, to automate and accelerate you. That's the power of AI, just to assist, automate and accelerate you. So moving forward, AI is your co-pilot and it's not your replacement. And you have to picture it as you're flying the aircraft or you're driving the car, but you need a co-driver, someone to assist you and tell you, look out, just for situational awareness. That's what AI is to us. And the goal is to simplify the tasks that we feel are too heavy so that we can focus on what is creative and what is critical. Majorly, as Madam Winnie has said, I participate in training the youth on logical, ethical, and proper use of AI. That means AI is not your assignment doer. AI is supposed to help you get sources that will help you brainstorm for you to get to do your assignment. And this is a backlash that we're majorly facing here in Kenya, in Kenyan universities, where lecturers are having AI done assessments, or now business write-ups are being done by AI. And it's ideally the creativity that we come up with is in support, or it's supposed to be assisted by artificial intelligence. And now AI will be assisting to transform industries. For example, healthcare. AI will detect diseases For example, in a local perspective, there are a lot of issues with regards to malaria and eye conditions and all that. If the model is trained to scan and give at least a remote diagnosis, that means our game changer for the healthcare industry with respect to technology is right here. In terms of finance, it can detect fraudulent transactions in real time. Let's say if you get conned, which really happens to us, and AI is there to detect. There's a model and there's a system integrated to detect and provide financial advice. Obviously, this works hand in hand with cybersecurity, and our cybersecurity experts will expound on that. For agriculture, definitely right now there's predictive analysis within the use of drones, where within an AI-powered system, uh, you can detect what the plant is maybe going through, or does it need water? Does it need more manure? What does it need? And does it need to be covered? Maybe too much sunshine and all that. Just predictive analysis. And that is being done by AI systems. And for the future of agriculture, that means the game changer is we will not have to have a lot of manual labor going into the farms the whole day to do this analysis. Again, business. Picture it, you have 100 reports you need to do, and you need to be very prompt to that. With AI, it will draft for you even a marketing copy. It will automate your report analysis and even customer service. I know you have interacted with websites and online markets where there's a chatbot and it gives you answers to your needs. Again, cybersecurity, to block your threats, powered by AI before they cause a major damage. And now, for example, in transport, we are looking forward to AI optimizing traffic flow. And this means to already when you look at the Google Maps and you may be traveling, you will see there is traffic here and there is traffic there. But we're looking forward to more optimization through AI to detect the best routes, plan for you the best journeys ahead, and that means efficiency in time. Rather, this is my favorite part about AI, and every time I'm interacting with someone, I have to bust the myth. And these are my 6 best myths. And the first one is AI is only for tech gurus and big companies. However, AI is everywhere around you, and it's for everyone to make your life easier. Again, AI will take all our jobs. What I say is AI will not take your job, but someone who knows how to work with AI or is being assisted with AI will take your job. Again, AI is alive and conscious. Hell no. Again, it's a storage facility, and it's complex code and algorithms. That's who it is. And it thinks like basically what are you trying to ask it to do so that it gets to the storage and gives you an output. Then my last 3, AI always gets it right. There's something we call AI hallucination. And I'm pretty sure even from the large language models, you have asked it something and it gave you something in relation to, but you didn't give you the right answer. So that is called hallucination. AI will not tell you, I don't know the answer to this, or I can't assist you with this. It will go a different directive because it's trained to be effective as per the user's needs. So that is called hallucination, and it doesn't know everything. Like we shouldn't actually think it knows everything. It just has a lot. It's powered by the information we give it. So again, AI is only about ChatGPT. I know majorly for the companies, we have really struggled with breaking out the mindset that AI is only the LLMs. So it also can do a lot, which Mr. Stanislav already expounded on that. Again, using AI is too complicated or too expensive. Right now, there are many millions of tools powered by AI that offer free versions and are very easy to use. It's just adaptability and a clear understanding of what the tool is and what it offers and the needs you have. And you can start using AI as soon as now. So I want to lastly just show a very short video, then we'll have the question session afterwards.
In the heart of Nairobi, where the sun painted the city skyline in golden hues, lived two dreamers. Amani, a young woman with a passion for solving problems, and Jabali, her childhood friend who believed technology could transform lives. Their community faced daily struggles. Everyone worked hard, but the weight of repetitive tasks dimmed their potential. One evening, they discovered something extraordinary: artificial intelligence. Not a robot replacement, but a brilliant assistant waiting to help. What if, Amani wondered, artificial intelligence could be like electricity? Not replacing the sun, but lighting up the darkness so we can see and do more? They started small. Mom and Jerry, the market vendor, learned how AI could help her manage inventory. Within weeks, her sales doubled. Word spread like wildfire. Teachers created personalized learning materials in minutes. The clinic organized patient records, saving lives through timely care. Mechanics diagnosed problems faster, becoming experts in modern vehicles. Small business owners, artists, students, everyone gained a superpower. From the security guard helping tourists to the CEO analyzing markets, everyone became more capable and more creative. No one lost their job. Instead, they gained the power to reach their full potential. AI didn't replace them. It illuminated their path to greatness. 6 months later, their neighborhood sparkled with possibility. Businesses thrived. Students excelled. Innovation bloomed. We didn't bring AI to replace anyone, Jabali said softly. We brought light. Amani smiled. And now everyone shines brighter. AI is not the enemy. It's the spark that helps us shine. It's not here to take our place. It's here to help us reach higher, dream bigger, and illuminate the world with our unique brilliance.
All right. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Just to maybe pick your brain, that video that you watched, from the sound to the visuals to the narrator, everything is AI generated by a young person in Kenya. So that's what we're doing with our creatives, and that's what we're doing with our minds. So thank you so much for the opportunity and the time. I look forward to your questions at the end of the session. Thank you so much. I hand over back to you, Ms. Winnie.
Thank you so much for showing us what is possible and for actually reminding us so many times that it is not for certain people, it is for all of us, from the marketplace to the big corporates. So thank you for that. I hope that most of us will be having questions at the end of the session so that we can be able to ask the things that spark our minds as we get inspired by what we are seeing or hearing. I'll be moving to the next speaker. They had requested for a short session. So I'll just be moving to the next speaker. Our next...
Winnie, before you proceed, maybe I could also take this opportunity to acknowledge a few of our team members who have joined. Nkatha, I can see you are there. I'm also able to see Mr. Nicholas Mugambi. Mr. Nicholas Mugambi is a member of one of the light units of the National Police Service, is also going to give us a small introduction. We've got also Mr. Patrick Ochunga, who is also in the webinar. We recognize your presence and thank you so much for getting time to be with us. We have also Madam Wilma, who is from Miangeni International School. She's also with us all the way from Kindu. Thank you for getting time to be with us. I also want to recognize Mr. John Wanjoy, CEO for Ipora, who is with us, and welcome very much. Feel free and feel like you want to learn more about AI and such related Greek, because to some of us it's Greek. We don't understand that machines can be trained to act like human beings, but we are happy for that. And I can see also we have Kanobi with us. Thank you, Kanobi, for getting time to be with us. And I hope that we'll be able to learn a lot. Thank you also, Alison Tuba, CEO for Alpha Technology, for being with us also. And yeah, let's continue. Thanks, Winnie, and please proceed.
Thank you so much for acknowledging that. You forgot to also acknowledge Dr. Moki from Uganda Network of Businesses, who is joining us with a few fellows from Uganda. Thank you so much, the team from Uganda. We hope that out of this, you're not going to go back and be the way you were before. You're going to go back different. You've seen evidence. You've seen evidence of what is possible. And I want to believe that as you see these evidences, you're also thinking about what you do and having those questions like, what is possible for me with what I do? Ask those questions, and at the end of this, towards the end, before we close, we'll have our question session. Maybe you can ask if you find there is something that you think is not addressed. Maybe you're in a field where you feel it is not addressed. I think our next speaker is Nicholas Mugambi, and Nicholas will give us a small brief about himself, and then he will give us something about cybersecurity intelligence. I think when he introduces himself, we will be able to know why this is very important. We're living in times when we need to take care of ourselves. Nicholas, you're most welcome.
Thank you so much. My name is Nicholas Mugambi. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. I am a criminologist by profession and also an expert as far as the security is concerned. So today, I am going to take you through cyber intelligence, the definition of the term cyber intelligence, the purpose of cyber intelligence, types of cyber intelligence, sources of cyber intelligence, the cyber intelligence cycle, role of cyber intelligence in security, and finally, I will take you through the challenges of cyber intelligence. So allow me to explain to you what cyber intelligence is. It is a process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting information from cyberspace to predict, prevent, and respond to cyber threats. That is the meaning, or rather than definition of cyber intelligence. And the purpose of this cyber intelligence, one, is to detect potential cyber threat early, to understand who the attackers are, or rather what they want and how they operate, to protect national, corporate, and personal information, and finally, to support investigations as far as the cybercrime, espionage, and terrorism is concerned. So next, I'm going to take you through the types of intelligence. One, there is the strategic intelligence. There are three main types of cyber intelligence. One is strategic intelligence. The purpose, this is for high level view for the policymakers and leadership. It focuses on trends, moves, and geopolitical impact on cyber threats. For example, how attackers could influence election or national security. Number two is operational intelligence. The purpose is to support planning and coordination of responses. It focuses on techniques, campaigns, and group behind the attacks. And the third one is the tactical, or rather, the technical intelligence. It focuses defense in IT systems. So I'll rather take you through the sources of intelligence, of cybercrime intelligence. There is one is open source intelligence. There is the human intelligence. That is, in short form, is humanity. There is the signal intelligence and the dark web intelligence. Then, briefly, I will take you through the intelligence cycle. In this cyber intelligence, there must be a cycle on how you plan, collect, process, and finally, you analyze, disseminate, and the feedback. That is actually the cyber intelligence cycle. First, there is the planning and direction. It defines what to monitor or rather what to investigate. Number two is the collection. This is procedure number two. That is the cyber intelligence cycle. You gather the data from network, online platforms, and the sensors. Number three, processing and exploitation. This is now on how you organize raw data. And after processing and exploration, this is where now you come and analyze, identify the pattern, actor, and the motives. And then the procedure number 5 is dissemination. Deliver the report, alert to the decision makers. And finally is feedback. Evaluate the effectiveness and adjust the focus. I will also take you through the role of cyber intelligence in security. One, to prevent early warning about any threats or vulnerability. Number two, it helps to respond to it helps in response or other incidents. It makes it much faster. Number three, it identifies the origin or rather the group of the hackers. Finally, it helps us to recover, guide in post-attack analysis, and the systems hardening. These are some of the importance of cyber intelligence. Number one, we are able to prevent. Number two, we are able to respond. Number three is the attribution. Number four, recover. And number five, policy. It supports to inform it assists us in order to enhance or rather strengthen the cyber laws. Those are some of the importance, or that is the role of the cyber intelligence as far as the security sector is concerned. So perhaps that is from my side. Thank you so much for your time. Allow me to hand over the program to the moderator. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. That's a lot of wealth of information. I hope we'll be able to store that. I'm still taking notes like I'm in class the first time, because I realized that sometimes we assume some information, like I said in my introduction, this is too technical, we don't need to know. But do you know the time when your WhatsApp on your phone has been hacked? What would you do? Because that's the basic part. What would you do if you were aware? Even like for Christians, they say if you are aware that the thief will come, you will prepare yourself. So it's the same thing. Knowledge is power. We have this opportunity to learn, to be able to know how. I think he mentioned 5 things. I missed one. We are able to prevent. This knowledge is to help us to prevent. It's to help us to respond. Number 3, I missed. Then it's also help us to plan how we'll be able to resolve if it happens. In the worst case, if it happens, what do we do? Then we can be able now to create a policy, like the rules, like what precautions will I take so that I will not face the same. So you can see from all that it is clear the whole issue of AI or cybersecurity is not for certain people. Those certain people is us. This information is for us. This knowledge is for us. The more we learn, the better we become in preventing these things from happening. The better we feel, especially like where we are feeling scared that AI is going to take over our jobs. We now know that we are needed for us to be part of that job. I think that's what I read in the last slide, that it's AI plus human. So you are the human. AI needs you. The machine can't operate itself by itself. So you need to be there. Thank you so much for such an empowering piece that reminds and keeps us at the centerpiece so that we can not run away from this. I'm not sure if Dr. David is in. Simon, maybe you can confirm that. Dr. David, our next speaker is Dr. David Njoka. He's going to be speaking about defending the digital frontier, AI in cyber security practice. I believe that we are going now to get more information again. How do we see these things in practice, and how can we go ahead and be able to be cautious or take the necessary actions?
Winnie, I think Dr. Njoka is not yet on board, so we might move with Engineer Kizito, so that probably can take us through the cybersecurity and how we can incorporate in software development. I think Engineer is with us, and is part of the team. We've worked together, and is a specialist where matters to do with software development, and probably is going to educate us a lot on various things where cybersecurity and software development is concerned. So we can take on Engineer Kizito so that he can take us through as we wait for Dr. Njoka, who is going to come in later. Thank you.
Engineer Kizito, you can proceed, introduce yourself, and you can proceed to cybersecurity in software development topic. Thank you and welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Winnie. Thank you, Stefan, and all the members represented. Hello, everyone, and as we say, because you are across the globe, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. My name is Kizito Ikapel. I'm a software engineer. Studied at the University of Birmingham in the early 2000s, and I've been in the software industry for, I can say, over 20 years right now. And I started off in 95 when computers just checked into Kenya. I was very intrigued in computing, and I'm glad that I had the opportunity to go into the computer full time. And I got biased into software because there's a lot that we can do with software. Just as Crystal has actually done a very good presentation. Thank you very much for that, clarifying the need of AI in today's world. In my time when I was at university, we only had Google, and Google was still also very, very young those days. So when you look at it in a way that we search for information, there's a lot of information out there, and someone has already done it. Some people call it the thought cloud, which is like the archaic records. So if someone has already done it and they've put it somewhere on the cloud, you can always search for this information and become an expert and enhance your operations. Now, for my case, I can say like cybersecurity has really played a critical role in mobile app development, web solution development, given that I deal with a number of clients for the so many years that I've been in the industry. I started off maybe actually in 2009, I was at Safaricom, and that's when all these things started coming in, where we started working with large data. And at first, you might just think that cybersecurity is a threat in a way that somebody can actually come in and steal your information. But it's not just about stealing information, it's about getting the beneficial aspects of what your information has to offer. For example, most of the guys who have actually been facing the challenges at the financial data section, where it's critical to protect that information. So for us, for myself as a software engineer, I deal mainly in creating solutions that are robust and also protecting data. And that also ties in with use of artificial intelligence to improve the quality of the software and mobile applications, web applications that I actually dish out. And if you have a secure solution, it means that you'll have less interruptions. Clients will be happy, and because everybody today is using software, whether it's on their phone or it's on their laptops, on their TV sets, in their fridge, in their cars, there's software everywhere. So it's important that we look at protecting user information. So we have a small process that we normally go through in the software development cycle, whereby we have to analyze and see what we can actually deploy in terms of what we call the threat modeling in early design of a solution. And then we do what we call the code analysis to see if the code is penetratable, where we take it through a penetration test. And that's how I normally have to call some of my friends from outside. I also have a group where we have a number of people across the world who can actually come and test some mobile applications and other solutions that we're deploying to customers. Now, when you come to think of it, we have solutions across the globe, in South Africa, Uganda, Malawi, USA, Europe, and in Kenya. So you can imagine how much work that would be without proper security matters put into place, and during implementation, validation, parameterization, and also secure coding practices that are normally deployed. We also work close with the cybersecurity people just to maintain system integrity. And we also work with the clients. The clients need to also ensure that whatever passwords they're actually putting into these solutions are actually they're actually compliant in terms of security, and they should be changing these passwords from time to time. So it's up to us software engineers to actually look at that and see how can we make these systems more secure. All right, so I think because I don't want to say so much, that's a bit of what is there, because most of what I might say is basically technical. And being in a technical perspective, I've just tried to water this down a little bit so that all of us can be on the same page and digest it slowly. So I think I'll leave it at that, and hopefully, if you have any questions specifically, whether it's technical or you want to know how certain technologies work, I'll be glad to answer this after the session. Thank you very much.
Thank you for putting us into the picture about how this is important. We started by saying that our data is everywhere and we need our data protected. So we are now getting into a place where we understand the importance of cyber security and the reason why we need to have the knowledge so that we stop assuming it's for some people out there in an office. I'm not sure if Dr. David is here with us, but if he's not there, I would like to open the session for some questions so that we can be able to ask questions and also to learn more. So for those of us who are here, I want to welcome you. If you joined us when the meeting was going on, welcome to this session. I believe that you are an interested party in knowing how you can be able to secure yourself in terms of more knowledge in AI, and also how to have your data protected, or how you can actually prevent any attack in terms of any information that could be out there. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you and to give you time to ask questions while we wait for one more speaker who is supposed to join us. We are welcome to ask questions, to make comments. So just unmute and speak. And this is an opportunity also to interact, to network, and also to let other people get to know you. So make good use of it. Don't let it pass by. Just unmute or just raise your hand if we are going to be able to follow that sequence, then we'll be able to listen to each other and also we can have questions. Anybody who has their hand? Yes, Dr. Abubakar, you can go ahead. You can unmute and speak.
Yes, thank you very much, Winnie and colleagues for the presentations. I'm Dr. Beka Muhammad Moki. I'm the Executive Director of Ghana Network of Businesses. So in Uganda, we are promoting networking for purposes of supporting each of us to have a business for sustainable livelihood. Now, my question is, what opportunities do you think are there for the micro, small, and medium enterprises to be started among the unemployed youth? Because you are sensitizing us about artificial intelligence, and people are asking, but what opportunities are there for the employed to start SME businesses? So maybe if you could hint on that as you presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Moki. I think, Engineer, you're ready to respond to that. You can go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much for the question. I can actually say there is the opportunity is massive. If you just need to get started, because I'll give you a few examples. For example, if you go online, especially in technology, for SMEs, you can start your cyber business, or you can start your website hosting and development business, basically from an empowering point of view, because we have a lot of businesses that need automation out there. And now when you incorporate AI as a learning tool and a development tool, and you also follow the principles of cyber security, you can learn or train yourself to actually put out solutions out there. You might have in your network that sometimes people will call you that they are interested in certain solutions Like, for example, I have some clients in Uganda. I've never met them in person, but we just met online. And we had a chat, and they asked me if I can build for them a website. So in the process, anyone can actually get into the space of creating websites today. It's much, much easier than it was way back. So whenever you have any business idea involving technology, you can always get into it because there's a lot of information, and there's AI as a tool to help you build your confidence and also build your knowledge. And you can even ask it to give you a whole entire course on how to build and sustain certain opportunities that are coming up. And it's now moving very fast. The pace at which technology is moving is really, really faster today. And that's why I think we had the urge to actually have a tool like AI to help us do the laborious tasks, because there's some tasks that have already been done, and there's no point of reinventing the wheel all the time. It's just a way of asking it to give you the best option possible across the globe that people have actually put together their minds, and this thing is all downloaded to you on your computer. So you can always get all these vast opportunities that are there. They're massive, and all they need to do, anyone who wants to start an SME, anyone who wants to grow their business, all they'll have to do is just to go online and research. Thank you.
I think somebody has raised their hand. Before I go to the next person, I'm sure, Crystal, you'd like to add a voice to that, since you're dealing with the youth. What are the opportunities?
So thank you so much. I think to answer that, I'd say ideally, what we try to implement, especially I emphasize why foreign countries and why the European countries are always ahead of us when such tools come, and now we're trying to onboard them into our systems and into our organizations, is because we give that limiting factor. And when we're talking to the youth, especially because the largest market in the SME industry, we say wherever you are, wherever you're starting, you can always get a tool to integrate in your operations to automate one or two tasks. And also for the cybersecurity aspect, you will always be interacting with social media, which now digital marketing is part of the digital age, and everyone is moving from putting their products in the newspapers and the magazines, and everyone is going to social media. And then this also raises opportunities for cybersecurity platforms to come across and help with these integrations. So from us, we limit the factor that it's a small starting enterprise. It's too small to even think about having a CRM or operations system. But ideally, we need this support from artificial intelligence and cybersecurity from the get-go, from the word go, from the setup and from the startup of that company. Once you have the assistance, you will move faster, you will be more effective, and you will upskill effectively. Yes, that's my answer.
Thank you. Thank you. There's somebody who had raised their hand, but before they call on them, I want us to think how ourselves, because I said from the onset, we are all in this. It is not for some people. It is for us all. So we could say it does not concern you. But I want you to go back and start thinking about how you're buying or how you're shopping now. Maybe you're shopping online, and maybe the things are being delivered to you. And as you shift from saying, I don't have the time to go to the store, the supermarket, wherever you don't have time to go, that somebody can come in. Those are already identified opportunities. And you'll be surprised, like the youth have got more opportunities and they seem to know how technology works better than maybe most of us. And that creates that opportunity that I can help you to set up whatever it is that you want to do on your phone. I don't want us to look so far and say, I don't have the knowledge, I don't have the laptop, I don't have this, I don't have that. But do you have a phone? Do you have a phone? These people are operating only from one gadget, a phone. Like right now, it's becoming the most important tool that you must have. If you have a phone, then you're ready to go. You just need to identify where you're passionate and where you can use your skill. And you might say that I need to go to school or I need to do this or that. Let me tell you, my first clip on TikTok, which is one of the places where initially we said TikTok is for these certain people because it wasn't looking very serious in business. It's doing so well in business. And because of that, we find that there are so many, like the youth, who are able to use and able to do the videos for us. My first video was done by somebody who was about 12 at the time, 12 years. Now you can imagine they can do that. Which college, which university do they need to go to do that for me? Which university? Like, if that is the limitation that you have, if that is the question that you are saying, I'm not able to do this because I need to go to school. Which university did they need to go to? Which college did they need to go to? They went to none, but they were able to do for me a video that I could be able to add to TikTok with wordings, with music or whatever it is. They had the knowledge of how things work. Like when we say it is moving very fast, we are saying you need to move as fast as it is moving, learn. First of all, you unlearn, because we come from a time when things had a certain structure. Now we need to unlearn those structures to now start learning the new structures and see how do we add on to the new knowledge that is there. I'm happy to be in the training industry where learning is going to be taking place, where it is the industry that is going to grow in the next many years, because all of us, you, me, everybody need to be learning something. And let me tell you one thing, that the more you are learning, the more you are going to grow younger, or you can grow old, because when you are learning, you are challenging your mind. And when you're challenging your mind, you allow yourself to continue living, because every day you're trying to solve a problem. When you're asking yourself, how do I do this? How did this young one do this? Those questions help you to keep on not getting older. Our brain needs to keep learning. So we had somebody who had raised their hand. Ngao, I think Ngao, you had raised your hand. Do you still want to ask the question, or your question was asked? Or
yes,
answered? Go ahead.
yes. Thank
Go
you so
ahead.
much. My name is Ngao, and I also have a lot of experience in security, but I've been wondering whether we have any early warning systems specifically for security related alerts that is accessible to the public as of now at the Kenyan setup, or even at the regional level. This is a question to our security professional and experts in the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think, Nicholas, you can be able to respond to that.
Pardon, I humbly request him to repeat the question again, please.
Okay. Ngao, you can proceed to ask the question again. But I think he was asking if there are any ways of knowing early warning signs when there is any security risk. I think that one you can really answer. Ngao, that's what you asked? I believe
Absolutely.
that's what you asked.
Yes, absolutely.
Actually, there are so many ways of detecting. As I illustrated earlier, there is a way that you can be able to know that there is a way that we are able to know. We are able to detect and learn from the cycle, as I illustrated earlier. One is planning, the other one is collection, there's the processing, analyzing before we disseminate. Now, there's a way that we are able to detect.
Nicholas, I think you maybe didn't understand my question. I was asking if we have a early warning systems in place that are accessible to the public in case of security related situations, like what is happening in Tanzania right now. Do we, if it were in Kenya, do we have systems that the public are able to be notified in case of a serious situation going on around the country that people may not be aware of? Thank you.
There are systems, but they are not accessible. The public cannot access, but we, from the security sector, we are able to access.
I hope that now you have been answered. Their systems are there, but they're not available for public.
Okay, thank you so much.
Any other question? Somebody else with a question? Yes, Wilma, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Winnie. I would like to maybe talk about the career I'm in. I'm a teacher, and talking about my school, I would like to know how IRC would maybe partner with our learning institution in ensuring that the students' data is protected, because we've had that challenge. And we also use tablets in accessing books online, and sometimes students might not be able to really focus on the content a teacher is teaching. How would you safeguard the online learning environments that we have as a school? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I'll get engineer, can you be able to respond to that? That is a security related question, if I understood.
Hi. Sorry. So if I get the question well, you're interested in knowing how we can make students focus on the learning material that's online, other than getting waved away and maybe lose their focus. Is that true?
Yeah. Yes, it's true, Mr. Kuzito.
Yes. The solutions are vast. Is just that the input for getting certain solutions specifically. Let's say, for example, if we were to address your particular situation where you want to be locked in, so that students can only focus on what's being delivered to them, then we can look at aspects of having specific solutions for that. Yeah, like for example, you can install an app on a phone that can only be used by these students, and its only function is to deliver that particular information and does not allow them to move away from there. But since the phones are out there and it's a free world and everyone is out there, currently we have that challenge because we cannot lock the phones, because that's against, again, it's an infringement in terms of usability. But in cases where we have phones that are being monitored by parents, there are certain levels of security and ensuring that the students are actually focused on what they're doing and they're not waving away. So yes, it can be done, but on a case-to-case basis, your case can be looked into specifically and addressed and resolved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, engineer. I hope that as Wilma, you have been answered on the issue of data protection. I think the first thing that you need to do as an institution is to ensure that you are trained on data protection and that your staff are aware of the consequences of misuse of data, and you already get a policy that is there so that everybody is aware what the policy says about data protection, so that if you're collecting data for the students, for the parents, for the teachers, it is secure. That is important. I think this is something that has happened all around, but I think we take our time. Like I think one of the speakers have said, we take our time. We're always saying, no, we're in Africa. My friend, we're not in Africa. We're in the same time zone. Things have changed. We are now at almost at par, and everything is happening almost at the same time. We need to style up and join the rest of the world so that we can also be learning and moving at the same speed. So it's important for us to begin to get the awareness to learn and to begin to open also our minds in terms of what is this new knowledge? Where do we jump in? How do we enhance ourselves so that we can better manage, say, if it is the school information? Because schools, churches, I'm trying to remember, churches, mosques, even like estates, gated places, they just keep collecting people's data. They just keep collecting people's data. But do they know the consequences? And I think this is important, especially for the security firms that are hiring these people. They need to train their security personnel to know that if they're handling people's data, there could be consequences, because we've seen cases, and I believe all of us receive those messages that somebody says, you've won this amount of money, or I send you money. The other day I got somebody, they send me money from an M-Pesa message from their phone, from their number, and then they call me and say, excuse me, did you see a message? I send you 5,000. And you know, the thing is, I just said to them, I'm sorry, if you send me the money, just call Safaricom and tell them to reverse, because I'd seen already this person is going to call me because they're just trying to get money from me. And if you're not paying attention, you will do. But do you realize all the buildings where you go, you write your name. All the estate where you go, write your name and your ID number, your telephone number. That's data collection. Do they have the certificate for data handling or data control? Do they know the consequences? Do they have a policy? And that is why it is important to do the training and to also get the licenses, because there is that from the government, and it is not even in Kenya, it is all over, because that is the information we are talking about protecting. So we need to begin to know how to handle that and how to protect. And we need to also encourage all the schools, the churches, name it, to be aware that this is information that should, if it is in your hands, should be kept and protected. Any other question? Any other question? Any other question or comments? Not just question. Yes, Sammy says for schools, you can use firewalls and block unwanted content. And that is Sammy who has responded to you, Wilma. So, yeah. Ngao, you still have a question? Go ahead.
Maybe a request to Mr. Mutisia. Now that we don't have tools for security alerts, I would request him to personally add me into his WhatsApp group so that I can have first-hand data on the WhatsApp group that is involved. Thank you.
And let me direct that question to Engineer Kizito. Engineer, can you respond to that? I know you already have a solution for him.
Okay, yes. Thank you very much for that. We've actually been working on a solution to an informative solution. We call it the EAS updates. And soon it will be available worldwide, so that all the information that's happening can be from different sources, from other news sources, or from individuals who can post, just for security matters alone. So there's a special solution for that, and we are currently at the pilot phase, and I think by January or by December we should have gone global. All right. Thank you. And I think Simon will share the links to that as well, maybe eventually, so that you can have a look at it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ngao. So there's already a solution, and I'm sure you'll be on the lookout when it comes out. Any other comments, question? Any other comments, question? Karen, you have a question? Okay. What if the school devices are placed with systems specifically designed for study-related content, just like they say computers at banks are designed for prompting banks-related issues for the specific bank? I think there should be. I am not well placed to answer that, but I think there should be that. I remember during lockdown when the schools were forced to use certain softwares, each school had their own way of managing and putting students in a specific program. I know for the universities they have, but I'm not sure for the schools if they have that. Engineer, do you have any information, or maybe you can share?
Yes, in regards to that, as I mentioned earlier when I was talking about the same case about students using, it involves hardware and it also involves software. If we are to use a specific firewall as it's been suggested, that one also we need to understand where are we putting this firewall? Is it on the handsets? Do these children have handsets at home so that material is sent to them, or do we need to buy specific tablets and configure them and ensure that the students are only allowed to have those tablets alone and not use any other tablet? So there's a bit of synergy there where we have to link the hardware and the software. Yeah, because and also the resources that needs for that to be very effective. But if we are going to use what we are using right now, like let's say we just have normal phones at home, and teachers want to deliver content to these phones that students can use, then we can do the firewall things and also supervision in case maybe a parent is around or a caretaker is around and so on. So we can have domestic measures, but you see, teachers cannot control every single student's home. They can only control what they have in their school. Yeah, so it needs a bit of brains to come together to see what is the best solution for this particular approach. Thank you.
I believe that is developed around the school so that whatever they're using, if it's the computers, it's within those programs. You can't just go and put for everyone, and there are measures around that. Any other comments or question? Patrick, are you having a question? Patrick, you have a question? Okay. Any other question or comment? Question or comments? Anybody with a question or comments? So we are satisfied with what we have gathered today.
Madam, may I make a comment, please?
Yes, go ahead and.
Yeah. All right. I think you brought up a very, very good subject, is collection of data, right? You know, everywhere you go, they either take your ID card, you don't know what, you've gone for an hour into an office or something like that. What they do with it, you don't even know. Number two, collection of data. It should be made very simple. Anyone who wants to collect your data, please, I think they should put a camera where your security guard is. You know who has come in and who has gone out. All right. Giving names, telephone numbers, IDs is going to become very dangerous in the coming future because people are getting very, very clever in things that they want to do. I think you brought up a very thing. And number two, security cameras. I just saw a video the other day or yesterday, some liquor store being robbed. The security cameras are just too high. They should be at eye level. This is for people in security. They should be
Yes.
at eye level, all right, where you can actually recognize a face.
Mm.
Right? We don't have the technology of recognizing your walk and this and that. We don't have it as yet, but it will probably come very soon. And those kind of security measures will be better than collecting data, which eventually is going to be used against you. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. So,
madam.
so true.
Yeah.
So true that they collect data. Like I told somebody during just before one of the elections, for some strange reason, in the gated community where I was living, they insisted that I have to show them the ID. I have to register again, and I have the sticker for the estate. I have to register again. And I said to myself, why are you collecting this information that you already have? You give me the sticker with that same information. Why do you? No. There's nobody who's going to get in until we get the ID, the what. So to me, I assumed they're just collecting this information to use, not the way I would have expected. They're going to use that information badly. But well, you can't actually pin anybody down because you don't know where the information was used. But what you can be sure of, if you receive messages like in a certain area, you find that a certain political politician who is maybe vying sends you messages and you're like, I don't know this person. Where did they get the information from? Where did they get the information from? So that awareness of that data, we need actually, everybody needs to be trained. Everybody needs to be aware so that you can ask those intelligent questions. Why are you collecting my data? Where will you use it? What if I find it used somewhere? What action can I take because you took my data and then you used it somewhere? I know in most of the places, like if you travel abroad, they will always ask you to sign a consent form so that if they use that information with a third party, you even see when they normally ask you when you buy something, they will ask you because they know what are the consequences. But well, we are not aware. We're still learning. We need to open our minds. We need to unlearn. We need to be aware because knowledge is the first place. We become aware that this is my information. Where do I want it? Why do I want it? Where it will be, and so forth. If we are not ready to learn, if we are not ready to understand how this information can be used, then it will become a problem. But again, we have to be willing to learn. This is about us accepting that there's something we don't know and we need to know. Any other comment? Any other comment or question? Comment or question? Okay, I can see a comment here. Winnie, my namesake. Yeah, Winnie Wangari is saying, I'm a student currently studying business IT. However, I'm interested in starting a career in cybersecurity, but I'm not sure where to begin. Could you kindly share a short guide or roadmap I could follow? Is it engineer? You can respond to that? Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we have professionals here as well. I think what you can do is just share your WhatsApp, then maybe we can get back to you as well. Now I had a mention on also what we can do to try and reduce the scatter of information. Like, for example, there was a day I refused to give a security guard my details because every time I go to that supermarket, they collect my card details, my phone number, my ID number, names. And there was a time I just didn't want them to take it. Now, there was a time when I was back at the university, I met a friend of mine, okay, a stranger actually, who told me that every time I visit a supermarket and they give me a receipt, I need to know how to discard that receipt safely. Because today, if you pay via mobile money or M-Pesa, or if you just go to the supermarket and they have your point or the loyalty point cards and things like that, that receipt also comes with your data. Now, if you just throw that receipt in the bin outside the supermarket, what happens to you? What if somebody picks that receipt and that receipt is found in a crime scene? So I think we also need to guard ourselves, like follow our instincts in terms of when you feel that someone is actually taking too much information from you, it's okay to say no. There was a time I also refused to enter a building in Nairobi because they asked me for details right at the concierge office. And I said, I called the person I was going to see in the office. I said, I just don't feel like I really need to give these guys too much information on my visit and things like that. So sometimes let's follow our intuition in terms of handling the security matters and not just give out information.
That is so true. And that's part of the receipt. That's very interesting and very informative, because we don't think, and I think most people just buy through the receipt there or leave it even at the counter. We don't know how that is used. Again, when we give the information at the building, I once forgot my ID. I went to the office, went back to the office, forgot my ID. What if somebody takes that ID and uses it? I'll be in trouble by myself. There are so many loopholes, and there are so many things that are out there that need to be addressed. But again, awareness. Are we aware about these things? Yes, Patrick, you have a question.
Actually, not really a question, but on a polite note, I just wish to get engineers' contacts after this this session, kindly.
Okay. Engineer, you've heard your request there. So any other comments? Any other comments? I'm just trying to see if our other speaker is there. Any other comment?
Maybe a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Do you have programs on cybersecurity specifically from IRC that
Yes.
maybe anyone who is interested can join and be professionally certified?
Okay, let me put it this way, because I know Anwar had answered on that, and most of the cybersecurity examinations are online. We can provide the training, but you have to book the online exams to do. These examinations are done by the professional bodies. So as much as you go somewhere for the training, you have to sit the exam, which is online, with the body that does that. Yeah, okay. Is there any other comment from somebody who has already done those exams, maybe? No? Yeah. Anwar, I think I'll be able to share with you, Winnie, contact, or Anwar, you can be able to share the contacts there. Patrick, you still have a question? Anwar has shared the details there. So for those who want to do those professional examinations, they are professional examinations. Learning, you can learn anywhere, but the professional examinations are done by the bodies. Okay, I hope that I'm clear on that. I have an idea, why can't our government come up with a face recognition system, therefore eradicating the use of IDs, therefore anywhere you go, you can be easily identified? Well, I think this is what is coming in the near future everywhere, but is everybody ready for that? That's the other question. Are we aware the advantages and disadvantages? Those are the questions that we need to begin to ask ourselves. Are we aware about that? How safe are we if our faces are all over? How unsafe are we if we are also not there? Can somebody take your your details and use them elsewhere and still implicate you? Those are the questions that we need to be asking as well. I had somebody who wanted to comment or to ask a question. Any other question and comment? Question or comment? There's somebody who had wanted to ask a question. Yeah, you can go ahead. Who is asking? Okay, this session is supposed to open your eyes if you have not been thinking about all what has been discussed today. It's also to allow you to start thinking about, I think, when we had the cyber intelligence session, it's for you to start thinking of how you can prevent, how you can respond. I missed number 3, because then you're not going to sit there and say, it does not concern me, it will not come to me, I'm not an organization. It will come to you, because they say ignorance is no excuse, so you'll have no excuse. Knowledge is power, and knowledge enables you to know what to do or how to act when it happens. And I welcome you to even ask, engage the speakers that have spoken so far, so that you can learn. Maybe there's something that you didn't know. We were talking about AI. I thought I would hear more questions, because this is where the face recognition and the things that are coming from, this is where it will be coming. I'm looking forward to people who are saying, I don't know if my work is in danger, whether my work has been already taken. Because I can tell you, somebody can take your photo now or a short video and just put a video of you somewhere, you doing something that you have not even gone into that said place, for example, but you'll find yourself there, because this is what technology is doing, the capabilities, and that is why we need to understand. That is why we need to know and learn more about it, so that we can be able to be asking those questions and to know, where do I fit in? Where can I tap into? And the questions of even asking, where are these opportunities? It's because we are not aware what is possible. I think somebody has made Charlene. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Well, a disadvantage of face recognition is if your data is hacked, you are compromised forever, unlike passwords that can be changed. I think this would need somebody who's an expert there to also explain what they mean by that. Because like I said, do we know the advantages of using our faces or using those? Because we don't know if somebody hacks and takes it and goes and claims that it is me. How will you now be able to change that it is not you who was in that place at that specific time? How would you change that? Yes, there's somebody who wanted to comment. Somebody wants to comment. Somebody wants to comment or maybe ask a question. Yeah, we need to be asking questions. We need to be learning. I think one of the things that I learned from Crystal, and which I learned the other week, is that there's so much that we ourselves, okay, Karen, you want to ask? Yeah, you can go ahead before I share what I wanted to share. Go ahead, Karen.
I think according to the face recognition comment, when someone gets your face, like the photo, as Charlene has said in the comment, they can also change your passwords, and you won't have that information, like you won't have your data completely be hacked. And that's one of the main disadvantages of face recognition.
Okay. I'm not an expert in software engineering, but we can ask the people who are in software engineering or who are in cyber security, intelligence, and maybe that can help us. Yes, Patrick, and then maybe Kizito. Patrick, you want to say something?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Go ahead. Patrick, are you speaking? We can't hear you.
Am I clear now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Yeah, very good. you know, you go online, there are so many adverts about AI. People are talking, you learn, they're offering lessons about AI, how to make money, what, and so forth. Can somebody tell us maybe, what about this? Are there colleges, lessons to be learned about, more about, specifically about AI? Thank you.
Okay. So you want specifically what you need to learn on AI, right? If I understood
Yes.
the question.
Yes.
Okay. Before I can allow, I think Crystal can respond to that. But before I let her respond to that, maybe the question would be, what do you want to use the AI for? Because that will guide you to which one you are going to learn, so that you now go specifically to learn a certain one. Because if you say you're just going to learn AI, there's AI for almost everything. Are you going to learn AI for everything? Or are you going to target for a specific thing? Say, for example, in my line of work, I do reports, I do presentations. There's an AI that will help me to generate my presentation in less than 10 minutes. All I need to do is I need to just get that information that I need, and I can just sit at the comfort of my home or wherever I am. I could even be waiting to see somebody or waiting to have a meeting, and I could be able to do my presentation and have it ready for the next few minutes. There's AI for that. Say, for example, like we were shown the video, I need to do training for people in the marketplace to learn about marketing or how they can maybe showcase their products to other people. I need a video which will simplify. There's an app for that. So you need to sit down with yourself and say, what do I need to do? What app will help me to do that? Then that work that you do every day that needs to be efficient is now what you'll go learn. The software, or they don't call it software, the language. That's the language that you're going to learn. I'm not an AI expert, but I use AI because I realize sooner or later I'll not be where I am. So it is up to you to identify where you need help and then go look for which AI will help you in that line. Then that will make your work easy. So I'm able to do my presentation in a very short time. So even if I'm told that you've got 2 hours to do this presentation, I don't need to worry. I know I can sit somewhere and I can be able to do a presentation within the comfort, within a short time, without getting harassed, because before I was using 2 days, 3 days to prepare a presentation, but I can quickly sit. It's not top range, but I can have my presentation ready within those few minutes. I hope that answers your question, and I will ask Crystal maybe to contribute as well.
Yes, thank you, Madam Winnie. I completely agree with you. There is a need to identify the niche. But the beauty of having a new tool that's just coming into the world of the digital age right now, and everyone is in a rush to get familiar with artificial intelligence, is that there's a vast number of foundational beginner AI courses that you can start with. And as Madam Winnie has emphasized, the most important part is usually to become aware. You start with being aware, you start with awareness. So what really is AI? What am I doing with AI? What is the most common tool that is used? For example, ChatGPT, those are the LLMs, the Grammarly, the ones for making sure your presentation is aligned and your wordings are correct. They're the common tools that already people are interacting with, and they're powered by AI. However, if you want to specialize and go further and now probably in the niche or in the industry that you're in, and you want to really look into how AI can come into that, you now start your research. And whether you discover a tool, sometimes you get the tool is already there. Sometimes you get it's a model that is going to assist you to come up and develop a tool. That's when you take a step forward and you do data analytics, and then you specialize in AI, or you can go and study AI algorithms. And the beauty is right now, all these courses are online. Actually, if we take a minute to actually just search right now, AI for beginner courses that are free, you will find they are. Another beautiful thing is everyone is trying to educate each other on AI, especially on YouTube. I'm a prompt engineer by profession, but the skill in itself, I had to go to YouTube to learn how to write effective prompts, especially when you're interacting with the large language models. And these large language models are commonly the models that support all these other models that are there because they have the largest data sets. So if it's for you want to probably go ahead and now code your own and set up your own model, then that's another step. But Patrick would advise you start the foundational course, that you will open your mind and you will see, okay, in this now I think this will support this specific task or operation or system that needs effectiveness. And then you take a step and see, is there a tool, is there a model, do we need to start from scratch, do we need to be innovative about this? And again, there is need for that drive to be to want to be aware. And once you're aware, you're in a better position to advise, and you're in a better position to come up with these tools that can be used effectively. Asante sana.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You've answered, and I hope that has answered Patrick. I think we'll not go into that. We've got 4 minutes to go, really 2 hours, very short time. We've discussed, and we didn't even get our speaker that you were expecting to be speaking on cybersecurity, but don't worry, we'll having another session very soon. So I'll just read something from Brenda. Here she's written, I actually have a question. I'm sorry, I'm not able to do it verbally. I'm on transit. Maybe you can help me answer this now with the rise of AI-related crimes and cyber crimes in the current field of security, and considering how technology is evolving at a fast rate, is there a possibility that in the near future, free courses related to cybersecurity and AI are going to be made available so that many people can be able to get knowledgeable on how to protect themselves without having been limited? I think that was answered by Crystal just now. There are so many courses that are there that are free. Depends on what you want to learn. You just have to allow yourself to start to learn and look for those courses. They are there. They're already available. So many courses that are there for free. You can begin to learn. We have to actually change the culture of just reading the newspaper. We have to start reading other things. There are books and there are audios, there are videos. In fact, now reading has been made so easy. It's not like before when you had to go to the library, borrow a book, and maybe you are not near a library, or maybe you are not near a college or university. Things have changed. Technology is bringing knowledge to our hands. I want to give each speaker 1 minute to say something before I call on our partner to give closing remarks and to bring this to a closure, so that we can now say that the day has been well spent. So I'll start with Nicholas. Nicholas, are you still there? Just 1 minute. What would you say coming to the end of the session? What is your closing remarks? What is one word, one sentence you can leave us with? Nicholas, if you're still there. He's not there, so I'll let you, Crystal, one sentence. One sentence or one word. What will you leave us with?
I will leave you with AI is here for you, and it's here to accelerate you. And if you have a young person who is very interested in AI and tech and cybersecurity, reach out to me. I'll leave my contacts in the inbox. We have a training initiative for young people to create awareness and ethical use of AI. Asanteni sana. It was an honor being a speaker here today.
Thank you so much for sharing. We want to learn a lot from people who are doing things on the ground. Thank you so much. Engineer Kizito, one word before I call on Alison to give the closing remarks.
All right. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak to the vast number of you. I think the attendance has actually been massive. And I do appreciate, I've also learned a lot from all this sharing, and we continue to grow ourselves as we share this information from time to time. And all I wanted to say, maybe for anyone who wants to start, just as Crystal is saying, if you don't know what AI to use, just go to Google and type in what you want. For example, you want to become the best chef. What should you do? If you Google that, then you ask it to give you an AI that can train you or give you information on that. Then you should be able to grow with that. So otherwise, I appreciate the opportunity, Madam Winnie and the rest of the team. Do have lovely either rest of the day or evening where you are. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Engineer. And I think we are almost on time. Alison, you can just summarize this in 2 minutes and we can finish. The session was supposed to be between 6 and 8. And I'm so glad that we were able to cover all that. So this opportunity to welcome you, Alison, to say something and introduce yourself as you bring this to a closure.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Winnie, for being moderator for this webinar. And I thank all the speakers as well. It has been a session enriched with AI knowledge, and AI is here to stay, and we all were supposed to be upgrading each and every day, right? So I myself, I'm Alison Tuba. I'm the CEO of Alpha Technology. Alpha Technology is a cyber security company based in Nairobi, Kenya. And we do offer all sorts of cyber security solutions. We do as well dark web monitoring. So if you have any company or any client that wants to monitor their dark web, yeah, we can do a free assessment report and share, and then we can commence with the conversation after that. And then also we also venture into e-commerce platform, which is Alpha Mall here in Kenya. And yeah, the concept is quite different from the other platforms that we have. We do onboard shops, which means even Mamba Boga can own an e-commerce platform for free, right? So I've put my email address on the chat, so you can see, and I'll also put the platform, the e-commerce platform also, where you can reach there and download and register. Delivery is instant, right? And then finally, we are currently organizing a CTF competition for Kenya and Uganda in East Africa, and we are doing the same in Nigeria. So it was supposed to, the qualification phase for the CTF was supposed to take place today, but because we didn't have sponsorship, so we converted to online. So it will be online on the 22nd of November 2025, and the winning team will qualify for the original competition that will take place in Egypt on the 20th of December 2025. and it will be fully sponsored. So next week we'll be doing marketing for registration, and I know we need assistance from Winnie and Simon, right, to distribute it to all the cybersecurity enthusiasts and professionals that want to take that want to participate for the competition. Yeah. So I think that is all for now. We encourage this session to happen in a regular basis. I heard Simon said there'll be another one that will happen next week. That is encouraging. So yeah, so we are all together, and thank you very much for joining. It was a good day and nice weekend to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. So stay tuned. You'll get an email if there is another event coming up, and everyone who has attended is going to get a certificate for attendance. Thank you for registering and getting time to join me. So I look forward to seeing you again, and I look forward to also hearing from you. Stay on the alert. This is about all of us, not about one person.